Hello, I'm Martin Donnelly from Boeing, UK. I'm delighted to welcome everyone to this Aerospace Accelerated Demo Day, navigating the horizon of aerospace. We in Boeing feel privileged to be one of the partners who have helped this program to develop. But the credit really goes to the amazing companies, 10 of whom are with us today from the 2022 cohort. You'll be hearing from all of them, so all I will say is that for a company like Boeing with over a century of technology and practical innovation across the aerospace sector, from space to civil aviation to digital aviation techniques today, this is a great learning opportunity. We are proud to have worked with so many tremendous companies over the last 3 cohorts of Aerospace Xelerated, and we look forward to doing the same in the future, because these companies do represent the best of innovation for our sector, and we all need to learn from them. We in Boeing will go on working with and supporting companies who want to show us new ways of developing this great sector, and partnering now and in the future with the companies that we have with us today. So I'm sure it's going to be a fascinating occasion, and I look forward again to meeting the companies in person before too long. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening for wherever you may be joining us from today. It's my pleasure to welcome you to our virtual Aerospace Accelerated Demo Day. My name is Jacqueline Davidson, and I am the investment principal for our Global Accelerators and Innovation Programs team at Boeing, as well as the program director here at Aerospace Accelerated. For those of you who haven't heard of Aerospace Accelerated before, let me give you a little bit of background. This is Boeing's UK-based accelerator. Our aim is to work together with startups in partnership to advance the future of the aerospace industry. To date, the 19 portfolio companies from cohort 1 and 2 have gone on to raise more than £50 million in funding. It's well beyond Boeing's initial £100,000 investment into each of them. And the startups have created well more than 100 jobs within the UK and internationally. In a time where the aerospace industry has certainly faced significant ups and downs, we could not be more proud of these companies for paving the way for future business models and technologies. Today, you'll hear from 10 exceptional startups developing solutions in the AI and autonomy space. These companies went through a rigorous selection process to be with you all today, having been vetted by some of the industry's most senior technical fellows. Our global cohort joins us today from the UK, Europe, North America, and Oceanic regions. What's particularly unique about this cohort is that we have 60% first-time founders, 30% with a female founder, 20% with an ethnic minority founder, and almost 70% of the startups are at the seed stage. During these 12 weeks of the program, the cohort has received mentoring, guidance, and support from Boeing, GKN Aerospace, and the Ministry of Defense. They've received over 130 hours with strategists, technical experts from the industry, as well as support in developing their proof of concept opportunities. Aerospace Accelerated was extremely excited to have this theme of autonomy and artificial intelligence, given the evolution of technology and the importance that they will both serve on our future aircraft programs. It's been a pleasure to work with the startups in the shaping of the new aerospace industry we're seeing. I would like to take an opportunity to especially thank our sponsors, because without them, this would not be possible. Those are GKN Aerospace, Ministry of Defense, Tawazun Economic Council. If you have any questions during our Demo Day premiere, please ask them in the YouTube chat, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Also, don't forget to have a look through our Demo Day booklet, which you can find in the video description down below, to learn more about our accelerator programs and connect with our startups. So with that, it's time to kick off our virtual Demo Day. First up, we have Cole Rosentreater, the founder and CEO of Pegasus Imagery. Pegasus designs and manufactures advanced unmanned aircraft and safety sensor systems required to deliver beyond visual line of sight and autonomous aviation for data collection at scale. Having known the team for almost 2 years, it's been a pleasure to see their growth and success to date. I'd like to welcome Cole to the virtual stage to share more about Pegasus.
Hello, my name is Cole Rosenschreider. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Pegasus Imagery. Pegasus develops hardware and software solutions for advanced air mobility applications and turns intelligence into opportunities for industry and government. The next century of aerospace will be defined by autonomy. To realize this opportunity, both commercial and military users will face the same challenge: how to safely integrate and scale emerging disruptive technology into the existing national airspace. Regulatory approval is the great filter in the transition to this new era of flight. Pegasus is developing the sensor systems necessary for UAS to safely operate beyond visual line of sight. A3S is an all-weather detect and avoid system that unlocks autonomous navigation for UAS. In-flight icing is a significant hazard to aviation, and being Canadian, we developed Midas as a highly flexible sensor film that provides early warning of ice formation on critical surfaces, enabling aircrew and remote operators to safely fly in all weather conditions. EOS is our Group 3 VTOL UAS, a technology demonstrator for our sensor systems, and a multi-mission platform for autonomous data collection at scale. A3S is an onboard detect and avoid system that fuses airborne radar and other sensor information with edge AI to detect, track, classify, and autonomously navigate around potential hazards without operator input. There is forecasted to be 5 million drones flying in North America by the end of this decade. We are focusing on the 1 million of which that will be conducting complex operations and will require certified avionics. For advanced air mobility to achieve its full potential, their DAA system must be able to detect non-compliant aircraft day or night. With enough warning from the aircraft to remain well clear of a hazard, A3S is a layered approach to airspace awareness, with air-to-air radar as the primary sensor system for detecting intruder aircraft. By fusing this data with other sensors at the edge, this enables our system near zero latency decision-making without operator input. By having a human on the loop, not in it, this frees up the operator to focus on other tasks and means A3S is able to take instantaneous action to avoid hazards, including while operating in a degraded C2 environment. We have completed over 7,000 kilometers of flight operations since 2019 and hold unique federal approvals, from Canada's only air-to-air radar developmental licenses ever issued to national approvals of beyond visual line of sight in multiple types of airspace across Canada. We work closely with our Civil Aviation Authority, Transport Canada, and a consortium of world-class industry partners in commercializing and scaling our technology into markets. Our team combines military experience, aviation expertise, and talented engineering to develop and deploy technology that is mission aligned to our biggest environmental, economic, and national security challenges. When we launched Pegasus in 2018, we committed to developing the technology required to make a transformational impact to the massive challenge of wildfire management. With industry and government early adopters, we are developing and validating our technology on the front lines of wildfire management and public safety. We are delivering real-world impact while also showcasing the safety and effectiveness of our technology. If you are an industry or government stakeholder interested in partnering or supporting our mission, we want to meet you. Thank you.
LexX Technologies is an intelligent digital colleague empowering maintenance technicians by bringing knowledge, information, and experience to their fingertips. Lex works alongside the technician on the front lines of aviation, utilities, defense, and transit operations, delivering intelligent, real-time solutions to a technician's device anywhere, anytime. Based in Australia, I can say Mike has not made time zones a challenge for scheduling throughout the program, but has instead been a strong collaborator in the program in partnership with his coffee. I'm delighted to introduce Mike Harris, head of the marketing and general operations for LexX.
I'd like you to consider your first day on the job. It doesn't matter what job you're thinking of. It could be the first day of your job flipping burgers at McDonald's while you're still at school. It could just as easily be your first day in the job as the CEO of a multinational company. Do you see yourself back at this specific time and place? G'day, I'm Mike Harris and I work at LexX Technologies. Until recently, my whole world was around aircraft and aircraft maintenance, starting as an apprentice in the Royal Australian Air Force in 1979 and leaving a major airline from a senior engineering management role in 2020. Now, thinking back to that first day on the job, I'm confident in those first seconds, minutes, hours of that first day, you instinctively and intuitively looked around the room to see who could help you, who could guide you to maneuver around the pitfalls that any job holds in store. Who could be your mentor? That person who had been on the job long enough to be able to offer you words of wisdom. The person you could turn to for advice, who would give you the right nudges here and there to keep you safe, confident, and efficient. One of the hidden truths of maintenance is that almost everything has been written down at some stage. Not only are there the manufacturer's manuals, company manuals, in many cases like aviation, regulatory manuals, but on top of all of those manuals, there are the maintenance records that have been created over the years by those very people that were considered wise mentors as they performed their work. So, it's not unreasonable to say that the wisdom isn't lost. It's just hidden in a company's data, and finding it, that's the challenge. And this is where LexX Technologies comes to the fore. Lex uses cutting-edge technologies to ingest, comprehend, and understand the content and the intent of a company's data, be that a formal manual or a handwritten record, so that all of that company's wisdom and tribal knowledge can be made available to those that need it most, those that are working at the front line, those that don't want to learn those valuable lessons all over again, those that hold their employers' profitability and often the safety of their employers' customers in their hands. Once Lex comes into the picture, these people, who until now haven't had access to tools that were created especially for them, have access to the same wisdom, the same tribal knowledge as those that have worked in the same job for 20, 30, even 40 years. And yet they have access to this wisdom from their first day on the job. We've created an almost human-like experience when it comes to accessing a company's hard-earned wisdom. That's not to say that Lex will replace people. In fact, anything but. Our mission is to help or augment those people in a way that makes them more efficient, but most of all, safe. So, now, imagine that first day on the job, not where you had to bother your wise mentor, but where that mentor was in your hand, happy, ready to answer any question. That's the world we live in now, the world that Lex provides. Too good to be true? Well, not according to our customers. LexX Technologies is used by EDPR, one of the largest wind power companies operating wind farms worldwide. EDPR North America provided their technicians access to their company's wisdom via Lex, and they achieved a 19% reduction in lost kilowatt per hour of downtime, a 34% drop in average downtime per incident, and a 35% time reduction across the top 10 maintenance faults, a 10% cost reduction via parts inventory savings. These improvements are so significant that EDP is currently in the process of enlarging the geographic accessibility of EDPR's wisdom to other regions throughout the world. Now, LexX Technologies is a scale-up based in Australia that uses artificial intelligence via machine learning and natural language processing to make the lives of those people looking after complex assets easier and safer, and to ensure the most efficient use of such high-value assets. And although the technologies that make Lex work are somewhat mind-boggling, the outcomes we create are effortless to understand and to relate to. I'm Mike Harris, and I'm proud to work for LexX Technologies. At Lex, we intend to change the world for the better, and you can find out how we can change your world by emailing us at hello@lextechnologies.com.
Next, I would like to introduce Flarebright, a machine learning company that enables drone manufacturers to build digital twins to rapidly speed up the long test and evaluation process. This means running many times faster than real time to optimize for more confident real-world tests. Here is Chris Daniels, the Chief Commercial Officer of Flarebright, to share a little bit more.
Developing new aircraft is hard. In the 1950s, an exciting array of aircraft were being developed using the latest technology of the day: the jet engine, metal aircraft, and the earliest avionics. But this rapid innovation came at a cost. One test pilot died on average every week during the 1950s. These pilots were as famous as Premier League footballers are now. Imagine what that would have felt like for the public at the time. We haven't seen this level of innovation again until now. But due to electric engines rather than jet engines, composite materials rather than metal, and digitisation of aircraft rather than Mark 1 avionics, there is an equally exciting array of aircraft being developed. But this rapid innovation is also coming at a cost. Rather than losing lives and progressing rapidly, our risk-averse culture means painfully slow progress and high development costs. The leading air taxi manufacturers have had to raise billions to fund their progress to date, and yet none has been type certified yet. Flarebright solves this problem by using machine learning digital twins adapted for the drone and UAM industry. What we do that is special and unique is create a digital twin that is compatible with ultra-fast software designed for machine learning. That means we can trial a year's worth of flights overnight in a simulation. We can take any other aircraft's flight data and calculate how it flies quickly and cheaply. We also work out where the problems and challenges in a flight test program are likely to be. This will save hundreds of millions of dollars. The UK's Ministry of Defence are so interested in this solution that they have already committed to a rapid trial of our technology in a £400,000 contract. And our techniques will make drones and air taxis safer. The RAF are committed to a wind sensing project using our technology to safely land equipment. The US Department of Defense are on contract for a GPS-free project using our technology to safely fly drones when others are trying to disrupt them. And a global defence major has contracted us to run a proof of concept to help them test and evaluate their drones in a more rapid and safer manner. No one else is achieving this, and our competition lies in more accurate but slower and much more expensive techniques. Our team has over 100 years of experience in high autonomy systems and leading innovative aerospace projects. And our CEO and CTO were part of a successful trade sale of a previous business. We have the team in place, we have the capability, we have the customer validation of our technology. Our mission is to make drones and air taxis safer. We're enjoying the ride so far and we'd love you to share our journey.
The Airline Pilot Club is breaking down barriers to make one of the world's most exciting careers, piloting, access to global and diverse aviation community. The team has built a digital talent marketplace using AI and behavioral science to break down the barriers to entry and improve quality standards in the pilot selection, training, and recruitment process. I'd like to welcome Andy O'Shea to the virtual stage to tell you more about the Airline Pilot Club.
Hi, I'm Andy O'Shea, the CEO of the Airline Pilot Club. As head of training in Ryanair for 18 years, I selected and trained over 10,000 newly licensed pilots to become safe and effective airline pilots. My experience has shaped our vision for the future supply of airline pilot talent. We have created a system that assures the quality of student pilot and the flying school. In doing so, we will provide quality assured lending to a global and diverse population who can succeed in the career based on their ability to be safe pilots rather than on their ability to pay for their training. Our process will mitigate 3 facts that I have established in my career. Firstly, not everyone is suited to become a safe airline pilot. Secondly, not all certified flying schools produce the same quality of training. And thirdly, the current system for funding pilot training adversely impacts quality, safety, and diversity. More than $20 billion of collateral-backed money will be spent on pilot training over the next 20 years. This funding model, which applies to over 80% of students, restricts the pool of potential pilots to a small group of people who are able to afford to pay for their own training. How is this an acceptable, fair, or sustainable system? How many great people are prevented from joining our career because of this? It also represents risk to all the parties involved. Clearly, it represents risk to the individual who must borrow the money and qualify, because there are thousands of instances where licensed pilots have never made the conversion to the airline pilot career. The risk to the industry is that it cannot grow as it wishes and meet the DEI demands of the modern world. More serious is the risk that during pilot shortages, some operators may be tempted to hire pilots based on their license alone and not on their ability to be competent pilots. This has clear safety implications. But we can fix this, and here's how it works. APC's LinkedIn for Pilots platform attracts, screens, and prepares future airline pilots, and everything is free to our members. We provide a free online psychometric assessment and a report. That report will tell the candidate quite clearly if the airline pilot career is realistic. We follow this with free access to airline training, where people can learn about and prepare for the career. We provide free recommendation to our quality flying schools, all of whom have undergone a rigorous APC audit using our experts and our processes. And crucially, suitable members will have free access to our quality assured funding process. All this allows us to build a digital community of student pilots from every background, as well as qualified pilots. Partner schools pay a subscription fee to access details of our thousands of members. Our schools will increase revenue and become valuable partners to airlines as a dependable source of quality pilots. Airlines themselves will pay a subscription fee to search our ever-growing community of qualified pilots to create a pipeline of diverse and high-quality talent for their operation. Our fintech platform will provide quality-assured lending to suitable students across the globe. This is the key that unlocks all doors, allowing the right people into the industry and enabling airlines to source capable people from geographies that facilitate network growth in an affordable way. The airline pilot has already attracted amazing investors. We will become the global go-to place where schools and airlines will find their next generation of talent that will increase safety, diversity, and sustainability in our airline industry. Join us in keeping commercial air transport the safest form of travel in the world.
Up next is Axion, an AI-powered proactive management platform for engineering and quality leaders to accelerate development. Their purpose is to provide clear visibility into future results of today's decisions and actions. Axion is working across the aerospace and automotive industries, including working with the U.S. Air Force. Here's Daniel First, founder and CEO of Axion, to share more about their solution.
Hi, I'm Daniel, founder at Axion. Across aerospace, defense, and automotive, forward-thinking engineering and program leaders at OEMs are racing to lead their teams to develop the next generation of vehicles faster than ever. eVTOLs, unmanned aircraft systems, satellites, connected, autonomous, and electric vehicles. However, every time a vehicle is developed, it takes 30% longer than it needs to, and has thousands to tens of thousands of technical engineering issues that emerge late into production and in the field. These are found too late, take many months to resolve, and can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars each. What you see in this graph is a typical pattern of issues that emerge every time a vehicle is developed, with tens of thousands of issues emerging late in production and in the field, costing hundreds of millions and even billions of dollars on larger programs, due to these technical issues such as software-hardware integration, dynamic interferences, and other integration issues. Imagine you're a program leader. You're trying to get a hold of where your biggest risks are, what problems are emerging in your vehicle in production and the field, which issues are a biggest threat, so that you can resolve them on time for your next big milestone. You'll find that you have more data than ever, but you're frustrated because you have less actionable insight. Program and quality leaders find that they find out about these technical risks months to years after they balloon. The data is scattered across systems, leading to many discrepancies, and much of the data lies in very rich engineering and quality text, which is difficult for leaders in traditional data analytics methods to find the signal in the noise. A program leader lacks visibility and would find it very stressful. Is the program going to close on time? Is there going to be a recall? Wading through all this data is highly manual and currently not very insightful. Axion is an integrated AI and NLP software as a service platform that helps leaders identify the highest priority technical issues earlier and resolve them faster. The platform does this via a proprietary engineering and quality natural language processing engine that reads through, links up, and interprets unstructured, messy text data about engineering problems and their resolutions to help program leaders understand where is the greatest amount of technical risk so they can resolve it as early as possible. Axion scans through engineering and quality systems on a continual basis to help leaders understand where the greatest amount of risk is. Ignored or inadequately addressed engineering problems, discrepancies between systems, or risks that will take a long time to resolve and delay the program if not escalated. Axion's customers include fast-moving electric vehicle OEMs, as well as some of the largest, most established automotive OEMs in the world. We've also won Air Force SBIRs and are working with stakeholders there to pilot our technology. Using Axion, our partners see a 10 times increase in the productivity of their program managers, as high-risk technical issues are automatically detected, escalated, and resolved months earlier. Program leaders love our platform and literally spend hours a day on it, detecting and neutralizing the greatest risks to their programs on a continual basis. Axion is the only analytics platform specifically geared to accelerating programs and enhancing program health and quality. Other players focus on connected vehicle data or visual recognition algorithms on the manufacturing line, but not accelerating the program lifecycle and enhancing program health and quality through mining all the data created through engineering and quality. Our strategic leadership includes global leaders of engineering from the world's most established OEMs and tier ones, experts in the automotive and aerospace sales cycle, and PhDs specializing in the application of domain-specific natural language processing, as we address a TAM spanning many industries. We are raising $4 to $5 million to build out our product team to increase our ARR to $2 to $3 million in 2023. If you'd like to be a part of the journey, we'd be happy to hear from you.
Stu Thomas is the director of Seidr, a virtual learning and testing environment for crisis situations. Seidr is using an immersive technology to generate novel conditions in the safe-to-fail environments so that plans and learning can be validated within evolving situations. I am delighted to introduce Stu and let him tell you a little bit more about how Seidr works with the military, police, governments, and private sector to exercise, plan, and validate and review solutions.
Hi, I'm Stu, the CEO of Seidr, which is an Old Norse word for the telling and shaping of the future. At Seidr, we combine behavioural methodologies and technology to support decision-making, learning and planning. I'd like to take this opportunity to give you an oversight into what we do and why. The difference between what we expect and what we experience we call the novelty delta. If we take emergency planning as an example, it becomes a question of what if and then providing the answer of what then. In most cases, both questions are provided by the same source and is therefore biased and often designed for success. It's a case of marking your own homework and can be disruptive, infrequent, costly and flawed. As a medical vaccine enhances the immune system against a pathogen, novelty deltas can be reduced through novelty vaccination by exposing plans, people and organisations to unbiased synthetic what-ifs, so they can generate and validate the what-thens. Seidr's safe-to-fail synthetic environments provide both novelty deltas and novelty vaccination in a low-cost, high-frequency adaptive platformed experience. Currently, this is a bespoke service to each client and occurrence, with the aim of delivering software as a service by Q1 2023. Our Parabellum platform provides a multi-layered approach that focuses on the synthetic fidelity of the information domain which evolves with user interaction. The three key areas are the information panel that displays pieces of the problem, the capability and capacity panel which provides the means to form a solution, and the environmental panel that visualizes where and when problems and solutions take place. We have long-standing partnerships with senior public and private sector entities in the UK and overseas. We have helped shape their planning, learning and organisational changes in key impact areas. We are seeking investment to deliver our solutions through software as a service, increase our capacity to meet growing demand and enhance our return on investment. Sir Mark was knighted for his leadership of counter-terrorism policing during a challenging period of high activity. Since leaving the police, Sir Mark has advised governments and private companies, as well as growing his reputation as a thought leader in crisis management and leadership. I myself served in the military and private military sectors globally until injury saw me change careers and I moved into teaching decision-making and situational awareness. This then evolved into Seidr. Mike is ex-military with long-standing commercial success with major blue chips and startups alike. Mike has brought commercial structure and rigour to Seidr. We work closely together and regularly try to outthink each other in a very open and honest culture. Thank you for viewing this brief insight into who we are and what we do and why. Please feel free to reach out to us and hopefully join in Seidr's future as we help secure the futures of others. Thank you.
Neurobotx is the first neuromorphic AI platform for autonomous navigation, capable of 1 microsecond obstacle detection and decision-making based on big data that's inspired by energy-efficient brain navigation. Founder and CEO Diana Deca joins us today to talk about their ambitious vision and work across the aerospace, defense, automotive, and healthcare spaces.
Hi, my name is Dana and I am the CEO and founder at Neurobotx, and together we are building autonomy through the metaverse. Every year, we are wasting $600 billion on autonomy R&D, and as you can all very well see, we have exactly 0 level 5 air taxis flying around. At Neurobotx, we are working to change that. We are using our Metaverse app, which is currently gathering all of the missing pieces and data necessary in order for air taxis to pass regulators, reach level 5 autonomy, and become commercially available everywhere within the next 3 years. To process all of this video data, we also built our proprietary neuromorphic algorithm that can process all of this data intelligently up to 1,000 times faster than any other algorithm on the market. Our platform has been built in a signed contract with Intel. They're actually giving us access to their $100 million neuromorphic chip, and with Sony for their cameras. And here is, in exclusivity, a glimpse of our backend. As you can see here, this drone is flying autonomously in a simulation. It is doing so in a fully neuromorphic stack. It's doing this on the Intel neuromorphic chip with our neuromorphic algorithm and with very few pixels collected by the neuromorphic camera. Even though we're only perceiving 10% of what other video data streams are bringing in, we can reach full autonomy in our simulation. And we are getting ready to bring this into the world by our platform that we use for integrating with all of our clients, where we are co-training human and AI pilots at the same time and filling in the blanks in their data and product roadmaps to achieve fully autonomous air taxis within the next few years. We are starting this in a partnership with Boeing through the Accelerated AI and Autonomy program, and we are already getting started with our automotive partners. There are many, our roadmap is big, and we are also working with all of the smaller air taxi companies so that we can speed up the process for them as well. Our platform has two sides that are both making revenue right now. On the one hand, we have the B2C app, which is a very simple metaverse app. People pay for every single usage, and they are also generating data. We are then processing that data and offering it to the large corporations based on their needs, and also working with regulators on their behalf. The neuromorphic field is growing extremely fast. It's been in research for over 30 years. It only penetrated the market 5 years ago, and its KGR is 87% compared to 7% of traditional machine learning. This is a revolution in AI. I am really, really proud of my team. I myself have a PhD in neuroscience as well as 2 postdocs with the people that got 2 Nobel Prizes for discovering the brain navigation system. That's the name Neurobotx. We are also working with the NYU AI and Robotics Institute and bringing in PhDs and postdocs for there who are building our amazing backend. And for the front end and the app, we are using our amazing Unity talent of people who are not just amazing developers in Unity, but also gamers themselves. We are currently raising our safe note. We are looking for investors and partners, and we would be happy to talk to you if you would like to know more. Thank you very much for your time.
Amygda is a data observability platform for smart maintenance in high-value asset industries to reduce unnecessary maintenance and increase the reliability and sustainability of assets. The team brings their engineering background and experience to aerospace, railway, and industrial customers. I'm delighted to welcome Tawazun to our virtual stage.
Hi, I'm Faizan, CEO and founder of Amygda, and we are on a mission to undisrupt industries. Imagine you're sitting on an aircraft. The only thing worse than sitting in the middle seat is sitting there and having to listen to an announcement that the flight is delayed. Nobody likes to listen to those announcements. You see, unplanned maintenance affects customer satisfaction, but it's also 9 times more expensive than planned. And this is on top of the 10% of the operational cost, which is over $80 billion that airlines already spend on maintenance. So even after all of this spend, airlines are left with low customer satisfaction due to unplanned maintenance, 9 times more expensive spend, and when unplanned things occur, that leads to pressure, which often leads to safety concerns. So why do these unplanned maintenance exist? Well, they're generally driven by 2 patterns in the aerospace sector. First is that maintenance strategies are still time-based. Every 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months, 10,000 hours, do X. Parts don't fail like that. And the second is where data is being used, where OEMs are mandating maintenance, it's rather generic, where they've seen 2 or 3 things fail across 100 different airlines and are mandating everybody does this now. The specific nature of maintenance is missing, right? So at Amygda, we're changing that. It is possible to monitor the health of your equipment and build specific maintenance strategies for your own fleet. You see, Amygda's data observability and explainability system is completely equipment agnostic. It can detect faults before they become critical issues. And not just on the known issues, but also on the unknown issues. So things that humans don't know how they're going to fail, but the algorithms, the AI is starting to realize there's something different, right? And this becomes important when you think about the complex assets that we're working with, the complex products that are now coming under the service. eVTOLs, unmanned vehicles, autonomous systems, electrification, all of these need continuous monitoring because we can't wait for these systems to have 2 or 3 failures before we start making them safer. That's the mission of Amygda. We are building a system which is a departure, which is a change from existing systems. It's a different way of monitoring things. We have validated our system with a rail leasing company in the UK. We are in a proof of concept with a large US airline in collaboration with Google. We have signed go-to-market partnerships to engage customers who are looking to build new services, who are looking for innovative ways of monitoring and reducing this unscheduled downtime. We understand this challenge better than anyone because we spent over 8-10 years working with companies like Rolls-Royce, Honeywell, Lufthansa. We've spoken to over 400 different airlines and have built a product that is truly differentiated on how it behaves and how it's implemented with airlines. We're the only platform that can go across different OEMs and monitor any subsystem within 7 days of it being implemented. The current industry standard is 6 to 12 months. So building this is fun. Obviously, in this journey, we are met with a team that is continuously growing, but are looking to now speak to investors on fundraising as we have a great roadmap that we want to deliver on. And we're always interested in speaking to customers who are looking for different ways of reducing that unplanned maintenance and building new services using the existing data. I'm Faizan, and I'd love to talk to you further about Amygda.
Up next is TOffeeAM, a software as a solution company providing an integrated cloud-based solution for advanced manufacturing. We at Boeing have been fortunate to work closely with the TOffeeAM team for a few years now, having worked most notably with our Boeing additive manufacturing team. They have also been an asset to our program, building on their existing relationships to continue to support the industry in numerous ways. I am delighted to introduce to you Marco Pietrapelli, the co-founder and CTO of TOffeeAM.
Hello, my name is Marco. I'm the CTO and co-founder at TOffeeAM. We may have thought at least once in our life that the engineer is somehow a magician, a genius able to design complex machines perfectly working and efficient. Unfortunately, we had to realize that this is far from the truth. For aircraft, gas turbine, and cars, the design process is slow, repetitive, and based on expensive trial and fail cycles. The reason behind that is the natural limitation of the human mind, of the human intuition. As humans, engineers rely on experience, so they are unavoidably biased by their own experience. Today, this limitation is more painful than ever. The industry is firmly demanding for more. Design must be extraordinarily efficient to meet the net zero challenge. They must reduce the cost of material and production. Also, product must go on market faster and ensure high level of reliability of components. In theory, the potential unlocked by additive manufacturing is helping already in this. In fact, we know how additive manufacturing has enhanced the possibility of producing complex design. But now the question is, can the human mind alone fully exploit this potential? Well, the answer is no. We are still wasting the potential by using additive manufacturing on old and inefficient designs. How can we unlock this unpleasant situation? How can we overcome limitation of the human mind and design, for example, a super efficient aircraft or a zero emission engine? We need to think bigger. We need to think outside our comfort zone. At TOffeeAM, we did that. We built the solution. TOffeeAM is a software that empowers engineers with the possibility of creating design perfectly matching the specific requirement of the clients. The software is creating the design and it does it automatically, thanks to novel mathematical models powered by artificial intelligence and virtually infinite computing power as it's cloud-based. With Toffee, we emulate what nature does with evolution, and not surprisingly, Toffee designs complex and intricate components that bear a surprising resemblance to natural structure like bones or veins. Those components hit unprecedented level of efficiency and reliability, outperforming existing solutions. As an example, we calculated heat exchanger designed by Toffee are 3 times better at dissipating heat. If you think about that in gas turbine, where even 1% reduction in heat is a big step forward. Talking about 3 times reduction is transformational. But it's not all about heat exchanger. Toffee tackles many fluid dynamic and structure design problems, and therefore our clients span from big players in the aerospace sector to cars and Formula One producer to appliance industries. This great versatility, together with the rapidly growing market of additive manufacturing and digital design, is fueling the fast growth of our company. In our sales pipeline, we are already counting more than 30 between energy, car, and aerospace company, and this list is rapidly increasing. This is proudly possible thanks to our team that counts 8 PhD and great experience both in industry and academia. Our software is unique and defendable, with 2 IPs registered and another 3 to come. This is just the start. Imagine the power of Toffee adopted to fully redesign not only engines but cars, appliances, drones, medicine, and more. Everything nature-inspired and efficient. Can you imagine that world? We can here today, and we are excited to see that world very soon. We are working to reshape the world of tomorrow. Thank you.
Sees.ai is building the most advanced, connected, autonomous command and control solution to enable safe, scalable, unmanned flight even in the most challenging of circumstances. Their partners include Skanska, National Grid, and Vodafone. CEO John McKenna joins us today to share Sees.ai ambition to unleash the full potential of unmanned flight.
Hi, my name is John McKenna. I'm co-founder and CEO of Seidr, and I'm looking forward to presenting our business to you today. We're entering a super exciting period of time for humankind. When we crack unmanned flight, it will change forever how we work, how we live, how we travel, and how we look after our planet. Now, unmanned flight has remained a dream for a very long time because it's extremely challenging. But it's just about to become a reality, driven by advancements in the fundamental technologies, governments and regulators opening up to the possibility, and driven by industrials investing to address productivity and operational challenges. From a business point of view, what's exciting about that is that because unmanned flight is hard, because the aviation industry is the most safety critical and highly regulated industry that we have, there is significant first mover advantage to be had. And today, we're one of the leaders in this space. Over the past 4 years, in collaboration with key players in the aviation industry, we've developed one of the world's most advanced drone systems for remote flight and data capture, a system that's capable of safely facilitating even the most challenging close-quarter flights. At the heart of our system lies an extremely advanced autonomous tech stack that's essentially the same stack you'll find filling the boot of an autonomous car, but shrunk down to a sensing and compute payload that a drone can carry. The end result is a system that's extremely effective, extremely efficient, and extremely safe. So safe, in fact, that in April of last year, we secured the most advanced permission that the UK aviation regulator has ever given. Now, it must be obvious that I haven't done all of this on my own, so let me briefly introduce our leadership team. Myself, in my early career, I was an engineer and strategy consultant, but I've been building businesses since 2003 and working with drones since 2012. Amanda, our VP of Customer with a team of 6, built and sold the largest independent digital agency in the UK. And then there's the engineering powerhouse, Eduardo, Richard, and Damien, 3 senior technologists, ex-Apple, CERN, McLaren, and hedge funds, who have deep expertise in the key robotics technologies, ranging from control systems and dynamics to simulation, telemetry, and data analysis, and who between them have won 1 Formula One World Championships, 2 America's Cups, led the team that developed the first hybrid engine ever used in a supercar, led teams developing software trading billions of dollars. Now we're focused on using this technology to address the market for aerial inspection of the electricity grid, a massive and globally consistent market that's undergoing huge changes as we move to decarbonize our world. Today, this market is served by extremely expensive and polluting helicopters with 2 to 3 people on board flying at low level near high voltage power lines. Tomorrow, this market will be served by autonomous flying machines, our autonomous flying machines to be precise. Machines that can address the full capture requirement from routine overflight to close inspection. Machines that can capture perfectly consistent and repeatable imaging right down to component level, and that can simultaneously capture 2D and 3D data to enable better insight extraction using machine learning. Machines that make aerial inspection much more efficient, much less polluting, and radically safer. Testament to these benefits, we're now working closely with National Grid, the perfect reference customer. National Grid is one of the world's largest electricity utilities, owner and operator of the high-value, high-voltage electricity grid in England and Wales, with a very experienced in-house team that have been flying drones on the grid since 2017 and using machine learning to extract insight from imagery since 2018. Now we're in the market raising $5 million to bring our first commercial version of our system to market and to build our investment case to scale. Finally, just to add that we're aiming to close this round by the end of June, so if you get this video in time, I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Hassan Zaidi, Technology Director for the Defence Business at GKN Aerospace. As a Tier 1 company manufacturing aerostructures products for our customers, something like the Aerospace Xelerated Program offers us the ability to engage with some fascinating companies and learn more about what they have to offer. On this third cohort, the themes are based around artificial intelligence and autonomous systems. We had over 100 applicants come through, and I'd just like to recognise the quality and calibre of all of these startups that we witnessed were just fantastic. So thank you for embracing the opportunity, and I do encourage you to continue on applying for future programs and seeking out opportunities where you can continue to grow. For the 10 applicants that made it through, congratulations, and I hope you're enjoying the program thus far. The program offers benefits, I believe, where we can strengthen our understanding and connections between the companies, but also with our partners, and how we take these technologies and integrate them into our own offerings through improving our technology and product roadmaps. The mentorship has been great to be able to apply that, work with the startups. I think everyone's benefiting from that. I also believe that self-reflection is something that we recognized in order to help a startup understand how to embrace their journey. We have to also understand where we came from and how we embraced that and integrated ourselves into where we are today. So the value of synergizing these novel ideas into our own existing roadmaps definitely has opportunities to take us towards a sustainable future. I think some of the great ideas that have been coming through on-demand data collection and sensory systems, smart maintenance, AI risk management platforms, to name but a few, are just fantastic scenarios that will help us grow the aerospace industry, make it stronger as we go forward. I'd like to recognize the Boeing team, the Aerospace Xelerated team, and the partners, and thank them for putting on what has been a success thus far. As the third cohort, I know that we've had great success in the prior two, and I do truly believe we'll have success in the third one, and for many more. And on that note, I'd like to wish everyone to stay healthy, stay blessed, and wish you all success. Thanks.
The Defence and Security Accelerator, DASA, is delighted to be part of the Aerospace Xelerated Program. Secured under the Strategic Prosperity Partnership between UK Government and Boeing, this is our first partnership with a private sector accelerator, and we're excited to both observe and learn how industry is galvanising innovators to address challenges within their supply chain. DASA is committed to being an innovative organisation, which means we never stand still and are always challenging ourselves to deliver in ways that improve the outcomes for government and impact for the suppliers. Working with the Aerospace Xelerated Program is helping us consider how we take the next steps forward to optimise the delivery of our mission to find, fund and support innovation that enhances UK defence and security whilst also supporting UK prosperity. Within the recent integrated review, the UK government announced plans for future aerospace and space capabilities, so the innovations being developed by this cohort are of a real interest to us aligned to these wider initiatives. Working through DASA, suppliers are supported with full funding, access to users and a range of services to help develop their idea. We're really looking forward to sharing the details of all this with the cohorts.
We are seeing a notable increase in the number of new capabilities and technologies that are applicable across all industries. At the same time, companies are focusing more on their strategic needs and their supports and supply chains. And this is where we at Tawazun are able to be part of this equation. Tawazun and Aerospace Xelerated have created a platform where we can explore opportunities together globally. Historically, Tawazun has identified, nurtured dual-use technologies and collaborations with a strong focus on engineering and innovation. We do this through the development and support of our global partners. With Tawazun resources and abilities, we are able to foster and enable your future opportunities for you. Tawazun invests in the people and their transformative ideas, supporting their dreams and enabling their growth. Working with Tawazun means access to a global network, support in the supply chain management, and support in the facilitation of research and product development.
While virtual engagements are never quite the same, I hope that this gave you a glimpse into the exciting future we are working towards here at Aerospace Xelerated. It's important for each of us to not forget the human element in the evolution of technology. Today was full of exciting technologies backed by really passionate, driven, and motivated people who I've had the pleasure to get to know over the past few months. It's these individuals who will make the future a reality. Thank you again for joining our Aerospace Xelerated Demo Day. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about any of our companies or get in touch with Cohort 3, head over to the Demo Day booklet with more information for how to connect with each of the companies. You can find the links in the booklet down in the video description. There, you can learn more about Aerospace Xelerated and our program partners. We hope to see you again soon. Thank you.